Oh.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in tonight to watch Magnitude Aftershock against Phoenix Rising Amethyst. This is another Division D West matchup. The second of the week. Hello, Variel. Welcome in. Joining us tonight is the wonderful Striker Killer. Welcome, good sir.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Good. I'm trying to... I'm all out of sorts, so I thought I was all ready to rock and roll, and then I realized that my stream title says Magnitude Afternoon for some reason, instead of Aftershock, so I apologize to them. I'll change that immediately. For some reason, their logo wasn't loading, so I had to put that in manually, and that was a disaster. But I think I have everything else relatively set up now. I think lobby is not yet quite set up. No, we're still waiting on lobby. A lot of games going on tonight. Oh, Punk invited me to a game. There we go. Turn Chris up. I can turn Chris up.
Yeah, I wasn't speaking though, to be fair.
Yeah, I also have you turned down pretty low. So, there we go. I have everybody turned down quite low. I think I have a touch of the ism, as Gibbs would say sometimes, because if things get too loud, it's like, it really, really bothers me. And I have to just turn people really down low, so, I don't know.
No, 100% get it. Oh, look at this.
Yuppers.
Portrait synergy. Love to see it.
A lot of portrait synergy.
So, Garden of Terror. Do you think we see it with all bruises?
I know a particular individual who would be thrilled to see Noops All Bruisers. But we actually, yeah, so we can kind of go over the map bands. I kind of did the intro of who we're watching tonight. So it's Division D West, Magnitude Aftershock against PRA. Aftershock band looks like Braxis and Sky Temple. And PRA took out D-Shire and Alterac Past. Magnitude is one of the higher MMR teams in the division. I think the highest. I think they're almost 200 MMR higher than PRA. So they definitely have their work cut out for them. The first map that was picked by PRA, like you mentioned, was that Garden of Terror. Hello, Crizzo. How did your match go this evening, good sir? It looks like we're waiting on two members, the two DPS from PRA, which they may not have known the game started a little early. But this is they normally start at 10 Central, and they are a West team, so it could be what's taking them a minute. Let's just see here.
Here he is. He just came on.
All right, good. A lot of games going on tonight. Tuesday at 10:30 Central, Rocca's going to be casting another Division D West between 210 Bleckman and Trith Academy. Crizzo 120. Excellent. Congratulations, sir. Let's see. My game wasn't put on for tomorrow. Okay. I'm really getting tired of all this anti-Dragonshire PRA stuff. Listen, their coach has an affinity for that map and has not played it in 2 seasons, nor will I be playing it this season. So they may not also play a Dragonshire ever. But hey, I mean, we're on Garden of Terror. We're on a macro map, so...
This is true.
Punk accusing Steph of opening chests.
Opening chest.
Let's see. Dialama, Rafling, Captain Roberts.
You didn't get a chance to catch the Gamba Gaming?
No, I was driving home tonight, and I think they were actually... I don't know if they were even casted.
They weren't casted, yeah. As you know, I'm subbing for them, and I hopped in, and I could see because Alfie was streaming, and man, they're in rare form right now. They're like, as a NFL, they're in mid-season form, if you will.
Nice.
They're cruising, doing real well.
Yeah, it's nice to see them doing well and not trolling for a season. So that's good. Uh-oh. Maybe shrug, maybe leave and rejoin. Why do you think it's her? The game says it's her. Okay. Plants aren't dragons, Blue. That's just science. Fair.
Pope always has something smart to say.
Yeah, he's a smart guy.
He is.
So weird I wasn't doing anything. There we go. Oh god, no countdown. Alright, we're just getting right into it.
They're ready.
Garden of Terror. They're all excited.
Mm-hmm.
I have to yell at them to not troll half the time. No, I feel that. That was part of my hesitancy of joining them at some point, because they just drive me crazy. I mean, even this morning, Chirp's like, I'm the best Rhaegar. W build is the best. And, like, he's kind of kidding, but he's also kind of not. And that's what drives me crazy.
The problem is that he gets away with it.
I know.
W build Rhaegar, 175,000 healing. Yeah. No big deal.
W build Vala? Well, whatever. Oh, you want to go Brightwing and take Polymorph build? Well, whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway. We'll focus a little bit more on this game. Magnitude Aftershock first banning out that Brightwing, speaking of. Great segue, Aftershock. I appreciate that. Also, it's going to be really hard for me to say their full name because Magnitude Aftershock is 6 syllables. And I almost can't even say the word syllables. So we're going to have to go with Mass? Nah. Magnitude is fine. I am saying PRA, but that kind of rolls off the tongue. Aftershock, MA. I think just MA.
MA versus PRA.
Yeah, I'm sure that won't get confusing either. Junkrat banned second here for PRA. It seems to be a relatively common ban for them.
Yeah, I think just the moving people out of the way. You don't want to see it, right? You just kind of like Stukov. You just don't want to have to deal with the annoyingness of it.
Junkrat's got a really good wave clear. A very solid first pick. As Val is banned here from Aftershock. kind of expect to see the Joe taken out here. Can super poke the objectives, do a lot of stalling, and there you go. No Johanna. So what's best available? Probably the offlaners. I think Hogger here would be really strong. Blaze, the Haka. All very solid first picks. Also, I think Rhaegar can be a pretty underrated first pick on such a map that requires a lot of macro. We're seeing a Chromie. Very interesting there.
That's different. All right, so
it's very different. Good at poking the objectives. Solid wave clear. Not like great on camps, but can do the job well enough.
Yeah. So Blaze, Andy, good meta picks. Good heal. You gotta love a pool.
Light bomb. Good bunker can really negate loop if the pole's not up too. So and just very strong and punishing on a point is that Blaze. I feel like if you're picking Chromie first, you got a little bit of something up your sleeve here. Okay, it's a Tyrant and a Zul'jin.
Both DPS picked kind of early. Gives PRA the ability to counter draft it.
Yeah, especially not having the tank available. I think something like an Anubarak can be really strong here, especially into a Zul'jin who's going to Taz Dingo and maybe just get cocooned immediately.
Exactly.
Alfie Hots gifting 1 sub to Mundane Zebra, of all people, to the channel. Thank you, sir. And he's in here, too. What a surprise. Pog indeed. Welcome, Mr. Zebra. I don't know who to root for. My boy Rafling's over there on one side, and the entire family's on the other. Well, I think you've answered your own question. Although, I do have a lot of love for Aftershock. They've always been good people to us, so I appreciate them. No Kel'Thas. So, what's available here? DPS wise, we have a Sylvanas potentially. Greymane is available. Both are really, really strong.
Ming is pretty punishing here too, isn't she?
Ming can be. She's kind of like Chromie, not super strong on camps nor wave clear, and that can really kind of cripple the rotations a little bit, just because you're going to be so late. But it looks like, I don't know. I don't see PRA really getting an objective. Okay, well, good call, Chris. You say Li Ming and the Anubarak taken.
I know the team.
Yeah.
Have the inside scoop. Maltheo.
Interesting. That's a lot of wave clear.
It is, but it's also, I don't know, the ability to fight on a point is kind of low.
And Diablo.
So what do you think? We both know Zerg. Do you see the Greymane or do you see the Tychus?
It should be the Greymane, I think. Tychus is also good on Diablo, but you really are looking for the camp clear here, which you are kind of lacking right now. You don't really have the Rhaegar. All you really have is a Blaze. Li Ming's pretty dog shit at taking camps, so this should be Greymane. Yeah.
There it is.
Nice. It's going to be interesting to see what Magnitude does here on this map. I'm half assuming it's going to be like a double soaking Malthael, while maybe the rest of them push bottom.
They could run a double soaking Malthael, kind of like a Chromie Anchor with a 3-man just running at them the entire time.
Yeah. They could even be trying to invade camps too, especially with maybe Li Ming going to be out of the picture for most of it, trying to... Like, you're going to know when Li Ming's gone.
Yeah.
But anyways, we will get to the draft here. Let's see if my screen pulls up. Alrighty. And from left to right tonight, this Division D West bout, we have Magnitude Aftershock. Punk is playing Chromie tonight, Rafling on the Diablo, Diet Llama on Tyrande. Amy820 is on Malthael, and bringing up there is Captain Roberts on the Zul'jin.
And we have Little Barista on the Anduin, Steph with an F on her Li Ming, Zerg Pern on the Greymane, Hachimisu on the Anubarak, and Soul Shepherd holding it down with Blaze.
Good mount synergy there for PRA.
Oh,
And kind of the same for... Well, not quite. Not quite all the same mounts, but a couple of them definitely made an effort as Captain Roberts gives out a friendly taunt. Friendly taunts all around.
oh man.
Space Pope is going to need a 2-0 quickly because he is falling asleep already. Malthael already starting in that top lane, going to be a little bit ahead on Silk. You see Blaze rotating top, while the rest of PRA rotates to the bottom lane. They are still all taunting in the mid lane. Very odd, actually, while they are actually losing Soak in the bottom lane. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it plays out for him. But Hachi getting spotted in the bush there. Chromie doing a great job helping the Malthael Soak. Greymane already starting that siege camp. Has the Tyrande spots. Li Ming throwing some words over the top to help. Hachimichu stepping up a little bit just to kind of have a presence here on the map. Just letting them know that, hey, I'm watching. I see what you're doing. Keeping tabs on them. That's what good tanks do. Both siege camps taken at roughly the same time. Diablo comes down, makes sure that no invade is happening, and indeed it is not. Blaze has a really tough matchup here against this Malthael. Malthael just kind of dumpsters most bruisers that really can't punish him.
Yeah, I think for Soul, he just really needs to focus clearing the wave and just stand his ground. He'll come online at 13, bring a lot more to the fight, but he just needs to focus on the macro at this point.
Captain Roberts was down to 100 health as he had his trait active and was just burning through the camp.
You're just in time for the seeds of my vengeance to sprout. But which of you will gather them first?
Li Ming is going to have a hell of a time trying to clear this camp in the bottom lane here as Greymane, Blaze, and the Anduin join forces on the Bruiser camp for the red team.
I think they're just trying to get out some pressure right before the objective.
Yep. The first objective is on the side of PRA. Camp is pushing in the top lane. Really good timing there from the side of PRA.
I would so hate for you to not be the first to harvest.
Absolutely. They just created a 5v4. Malthael just can't get down there, or he loses his entire wall. So
someone's going to have to eat this owl. It looks like Zergper maybe is stepping up for it. Chromie's going to get the first poke. Diablo getting interrupted. First seed going to go over to PRA, while the Malthael does have to clear that top camp. So really good macro here from the side of PRA, allowing them to easily capture that first seed into a team that can poke for days. And I'm sure we're going to see that in full effect here relatively soon. However, despite the seed advantage, a little bit of XP advantage for the side of Magnitude. We do kind of see this three-man setting bottom. It's Chromie and Malthael working the map. The rest of them are just kind of vibing. It's just really not a lot happening now, especially if all the camp's taken. This is just wave duty for a while. ECK says that Punk is a Chromie one-trick.
I will say this.
There's a stun by Soul Shepherd in the top lane here. A little bit of a gank from Zergburn. Sorry to cut you off. Alright, he's out. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I would like to see a little bit more aggressiveness from the Zul'jin. He's very low on stacks right now.
That's a good point. We can take a look at the talents here. And yeah, Zul'jin, even with Recklessness, has less than five or less, rather, basic attacks against heroes.
Yeah.
And so, credit PRA for understanding what they want to do. Obviously, stack that. It is going to be a Calamity Li Ming. Desperate Prayer, Suppression Fire. Maybe a little bit surprising to see from the Blaze. I think maybe the attack speed would have been a little bit better, especially into that Zul'jin. But level 7s are online for both teams. This is going to be our first real team fight. Diablo approaching just over halfway on his souls as the top wave gets cleared. A lot of damage going out to the Diablo, but with that spell shield, there's really not a whole lot of damage happening here. The waves are stacked up in the bottom lane and mid lanes to slightly favor PRA. Soul Shepherd doing a good job clearing that top lane. Zergburn essentially trying to bait the Diablo for coming in.
Yeah, PRA is playing it nice and slow.
Yeah. Zertburn is just really trying to stop him, and it's a really good peel from the side of both Hachimitsu and Soul Shepherd there. As soon as their front line tried to come in, they just got absolutely blasted with all their abilities. Punk gonna stop any amount of capping from happening. And this is really the plan. This is really well done here by Magnitude. They're just gonna poke this out. They have a Chromie, they have a Tehran, they have Healing Forever. Hatsumichu getting caught up. Beautiful follow-up stun. And that is going to claim the life of the Anubarak, followed by the Greymane, thanks to Loop at level 8. And there is the full plan coming to fruition. Barista going to get the heck out of dodge while the siege camp goes down to the side of Magnitude.
Yeah, good patience on the side of Magnitude, right? Just to know what their game plan is. Okay, hey, engage didn't work, back off, get healthy, go back in, right?
Yeah.
Playing to the graves.
Yeah, they have very, very good poke with that Tyrant, with that Chromie. They can essentially stall forever. It's like discount Deathwing in that way.
Yeah.
So, camp duty is online. Everybody going to be going, doing their camps, getting their level 10s online. I think ultimately level 10s do favor the side of PRA just a smidge. The Light Bomb's really strong. You're going to have Cursed Bullets, so you're going to have a lot more ammo to do, no pun intended, to deal with that Diablo. And having a Cocoon just to create a 4v5 at a moment's notice is going to be really strong. So, going to be interesting to see what they do. That being said, there's really not a ton, minus the Diablo charging an Anduin, or the Tyrant stun to stop Salvation from going off. So if this is a Last Rites Malthael, which is exactly what we see, it's going to be interesting if she goes, but it is going to be Light Bomb. Starfall, Apocalypse, Tadingo. Last Rites, Loop, which is what we saw earlier. Bunker Cocoon, Wave of Force, and Curse Bullet. Pretty standard across the board, no contest here, while PRA gets level 10, so the Seed quickly falling to the side of Magnitude. And now everybody going to be doing their camps, going to be clearing out. Big push here in the bottom lane. Steph with an F, almost getting sniped by that owl. Captain Roberts taking a big chunk of health out. Another one. Steph doing her best DJ Khaled impression. First one misses. It's a 4-man engage here while both offlaners are trying to look. When we see an engage, there's a Light Bomb. It goes directly onto the Tron. Good follow-up CC. There's the bullet. There's the damage. And he is gone. However, Steph with an F getting really low. Beautiful APOC hits 3 members of PRA. They are also low, but there's just not enough finishing power. Here comes Blaze. Just not quite getting it. Is the auto attack going to be enough? It will be. And Malthael, meanwhile, is going to be pushing this top lane as best he can. Really nice rotation in there from the Blaze, making sure he secures that kill. Good Light Bomb combo as well. Wraithling spotting Hotsies, trying to lazy back. Not going to get away with it this time.
And that'll bring Hachi late to the objective, right? Like,
yeah, he is going to tap and maybe just kind of stay here and make sure that they don't push this any farther. And yeah, with he is now going to see that Zul'jin's here as well. Greymane's coming down too. They know it's a free seed. So this is actually Wraithling actually a little bit of a detriment finding the Anubarak there, because this would have been a lot of free damage on this fort had he not. But Chromie coming down, 4 members of the side of Magnitude are down here. But all the ultimates are up again. There's nothing really stopping PRA once the Anduin gets here from just doing what they did. Blaze going to be doing the camp. W build Chromie has completed that quest. Wraithling gets thrown over the shoulder, or rather, Hatsi gets thrown over Wraithling's shoulder. This next seed is massive. This is what's really going to turn the game one side to the other. There's an engage. There's Light Bomb, but nothing there to follow up. Looks like the kill is just going to be onto the Diablo. No, bullet misses. There's an APOC combo and loop, but good pull. No, not quite in time. Zerdpert in a lot of trouble. The net by Captain Roberts does catch the tank. And now they're going to look to push this bottom building.
Collect the seed. And
that's unfortunate for PRA. They're going to have to figure out a way to stall this.
Yeah, they have 15 seconds before the Greymane can come back up. They don't really have a ton of stalling abilities, minus the Li Ming. Blaze doing the best he can, trying to push this in against the Malthael here. Punk now starting to clear out these minions.
do you just cut your losses and?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, there's just really nothing you can do here. Greymaine's nowhere to be found. Li Ming does get a stall, but Blaze is in the top lane. They've essentially conceded this. And yeah, it looks like Blaze is staying top now. You can see that side of Magnitude are pushing forward to secure this. They try to start this camp? Are they going to do this camp? There are 5 people here. Malthael takes a really big blow. I mean, if you have Cocoon, there it is. And there's the net from the Zul'jin. There is a loop and a last rites. And that is a very dead tank. So with the Anubarak going down, the bottom fort going down, this bottom keep is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And then unfortunately so is mid.
Yeah, and this is Garden of Terror in a nutshell, right? Like the first team that gets the first seed, it's an absolutely devastating push. Wraithling doing a great job zoning out the remaining members of PRA, while they just don't have a tank or a DPS to really support them. Blaze doing the best he can to try to keep as many buildings, but first fort in the mid will fall, top will eventually fall. We miss a little bit of engage here in the top lane. The Anduin is going to get traded for the Diablo, which ends up favoring Magnitude, because Diablo does have souls. The keep is going down as well. And there you go. Soul Shepherd still clearing. Malthael trying to still push in that top 4. Malthael clears away very well, but does not exactly siege, as you would hope a bruiser to siege.
I mean, Malthael does pretty much everything else. What else do you want him to do?
Damn, siege, specifically.
Yeah.
All coming across.
PRA still isn't out of this, right? They still have 2 keeps.
Yeah.
And this is hot. So,
they still have 2 keeps. Siege damage-wise, though, everything... I mean, they still have all of their walls the side of Magnitude. If you're looking from a structural standpoint, this game is nowhere close. But from XP side, they're right in there. Blaze have been doing a really good job keeping them in the mix. There's a big camp that's going to have to be cleared bottom, but they still have 16s. They haven't... The first team fight that they took, when they were all 5, ended up favoring them. So, it's going to be interesting to see. They're going to see this rotation here from the Diablo thanks to the Beetle of Anubarak. They're going to be pushing in this fort. They have a camp going mid. Bottom doesn't have to be taken care of right now. I half expect to see an engage here.
Yeah, I think I would have liked to. Either they needed to take the engage or they needed to prepare the map so then that way on the second feed, it'll be on their side. They have to take the fight.
Yeah, Blaze ended up backing to go clear this camp in bottom lane instead of looking for the fight. Because of that, I think PRA regain a slight XP lead. They're going to give this seed. Yeah, the seed is going to be cleaned up really quick. Let's see how the stacks are going for the Zul'jin. And it's only 16, but it really doesn't matter when you have an ensnare. And it looks like their plan is to literally just kill the tank. They have loop. They have they have the net. They just net the tank and blow them up, which, as a tank player, makes you feel about this small.
Yeah,
it's awful. It's awful.
But to counter the ensnare, we will have the double pull. So
yeah, double pull's online.
Are you ready for it?
And this is actually a really good position for them, for PRA.
Yeah, they're going to be first to this objective. However, it looks like they're relatively content in maybe giving the seed. No, they're going to come back down for this. They're just going to let that top siege giants push in a little bit. And I think if you're PRA, as long as you're set up here, I think you're fine with the siege champ getting a little bit of damage done. They are all in the middle here. Are they going to be rotating this way? They are. They are absolutely rotating this way. And they decide not to. The owl comes through and they are spotted. Well done there by the Tyrant. Understanding that they might just be there. Punk is kind of on an island here by himself. Going to be poking this objective and doing an irritatingly well job at it. Bullet does land to the front of Wraithling. All the damage currently going out onto the Diablo. There's a light bomb as well. Bunker comes out. Wraithling is the first to fall. Zergpern getting really low. So many people sitting in that Starfire. The Anubarak is going to fall next, but they still have a tank. Meanwhile, Zergpern does not have a lot of health left. Good route there from Barista. A lot of damage going out, but there's really nothing to stop Amy from just kind of running through and killing everybody. Yeah. I'll end up hitting Steph there in the face. Not quite making it, and I think that's just game, right? Yeah, that should be. They have Taz Dingo is still available with the Zul'jin. Li Ming going to be able to get a couple of pot shots in there, but ultimately, unless a combo lands, no, they really don't have a minion wave. This is kind of scary for them. Not like scary, but like this is hard to end.
Yeah, I don't think
Captain Roberts gets hit by a huge bomb. And yeah, they decide to leave.
Yeah. But what they do get is they build pressure. They start whittling down that top keep, and that's almost just as good.
Yeah, I mean, Magnitude is absolutely in the driver's seat. They're going to be able to get all the camps out. They're going to be able to get their 20s first, and the next seed will be theirs, and that's going to be all she wrote. So PRA is going to have to do something special to get back in here. And still, all the walls, I believe, for Magnitude are fully functional. They haven't even lost a tower.
Red team's core is under siege.
Yeah, PRA they really got to take a strong fight, and unfortunately now it's 18-20, so
yeah,
they got to get a good cocoon wrap light bomb combo.
No one can stop death there from the Malthael, so both the Malthael and Diablo have buybacks at this point. Chromie's going to have that Pierce, you have Hellgate. Iceblade Arrows, not really familiar with Tyrande or her talents.
Iceblade Arrows increases attack speed by 20%. Basic attacks against the enemy heroes reduce their damage by 8% for 2 seconds, and it stacks for 5 times. So
by 8%, so that could be 40% damage decrease. Likely very good for the Greymane here. This is kind of interesting. They're deciding to push this keep instead of just going and grabbing the seed, which I guess they get to do, but you don't want to fight into the spell shield. But once the spell shield goes down, I mean, I think you just kind of YOLO this. This is for the game.
Yeah, I think you just have to take the fight regardless if you're down 20, because you can't defend the objective. Like to see a cocoon on the Dibbles.
There's the APOC. And it's literally just a kill tank comp. I mean, that's just, it's, as someone that played into this team a couple seasons ago, it's just so frustrating to play into. There's the engage onto the Anduin, who's going to go down to the Malthael. Zergpern trying to get away, not quite able to do so. Good stun there from Soul Shepherd. Bunker not available. Oh, nice pick, though, on the Zul'jin, but it's not going to be enough. I think Hellgate is down as well. Yes, it is. And once again, Steph, the KDA player. There's the owl that hits. They're not ending?
They're going to get objective.
Okay.
Which, I mean...
Sure.
I think either way it might be just kind of done, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You got 2 giant waves.
Yeah, Li Ming's not going to be able to clear this, but like... Yeah. I guess they'll... I mean, now they're going mid?
Okay, now I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
This can kind of set your...
Okay, they're walking past it. Okay, they're walking past it. Li Ming is doing a great job clearing. There's 3 catapults on the core, though. They're doing all the damage in the world. Yeah. I mean, it's a really tough defense, but I'm really surprised to see that they didn't just try to end the game. There's an APOC combo onto Hotch. It's a good pull there. Bunker comes down. Loop is on Steph with an F, who's going to get absolutely blown up. But a great pull there from Barista. I mean, I feel like this was closer than it needed to be. I think it could have just ended when 4 of them were dead. But nevertheless, Magnitude's going to come out on top and win game 1 here. Give them a point on the board. Leading the way in damage is that Chromie. The first pick Chromie, 41,000 damage, followed by Steph with an F, the KDA player herself. 48,000 to follow. Honestly surprised to see that Hotch had only died 4 times, because I feel like every fight was just kill the tank and go next.
Yeah, I think just after 10 is when they just started to just say, all right, we're going to just kill the tank. At first, their strategy was poke, poke, poke.
Yeah.
And 10, blow up the tank, move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, to be fair, once a new Brack's down, if Blaze is anywhere else, the Malthael just has free reign on the squish.
Yeah, not a lot of CC to really lock him down.
Mm-hmm.
Rhaegar maybe would have stopped him a little bit better. Getting a totem down, kind of reducing that spell power. Space Pope says this is the first step to a reverse sweep.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I have been taking Ensnare a lot more when I play Zul'jin, but it's usually an ARAM, but I think you really see the power of that talent there combined with the 16 talent. Doesn't matter if you're not stacked. It just because you just dies.
Yeah.
It's just percent damage on a bug. Can you rooting the first enemy? So if you're rooted, can you still use your unstoppable? I don't think so, right?
I don't know off the top
no
of my
idea
head.
either.
But I'd imagine, like, as soon as you see the ensnare, you're gonna want to get pulled, right? So that's one of your pulls, and then hopefully you can eat out of your temporal loop. So.
Yeah.
It's all right, just a few miscues, but I mean, as long as PRA settles down, focus up,
Yep.
it'll still be good.
It's gonna be tough sledding. Magnitude, I think, is on the very tippy top of their division, and for obvious reasons, they just look like an incredibly strong team. They've been playing with each other for a really long time, so not surprising to see them doing so well. They've only lost 3 games thus far this season. Let's see. They've played 6 matches. Yeah, they're 19 points. They're at the top of the leaderboard right now. So they're poised to stay there as well. Whoops, I don't want to be here. We go to map select. We're going to Battlefield of Eternity. That was picked by red team, won by blue. So I don't know why their logo isn't showing up, so I will just copy and paste that. Go, bam. What map did I say? BOE, and this was picked by PRA, I'm assuming. There we go.
Battlefield of Eternity. Good map. I like this map, honestly. It can feel very one-sided, but it can also be a very fun and rewarding map. Especially the taunt variant. This is where I love running them. I love running them here.
Yeah, it's once you get 4, and it's usually right before the objective. Can really create an early advantage, and it's kind of it's snowball-y like Braxis, and I think like most 2-lane maps are, where the early lead typically wins.
Yeah, I mean, personally, the reason why I love it, obviously, as a tank, like, I love it because this is Ming's best map, I would say, and Ming just absolutely is the best mage, I feel like, to roll with the taunt.
Yeah,
he absolutely blows anything up. So
yeah, I love Ming here. I like Hanzo. I like Greymane. You can even just kind of oh god, yawning. Excuse me. What was I gonna say? Oh, I think what's really strong too is just kind of making a tough 4-man, and then having a Rainer sit AFK on the objective and just burn.
Yeah.
And just
seen that once or twice.
Yeah, it's more of a Storm League thing, but every once in a while you see it here too. Oh, I guess we're starting.
No countdowns.
No countdowns tonight. Just all action. Make sure I'm not missing any messages from peoples. It looks like I am not. Alright. Sorry about that. So, I think Vala's gonna see a high priority picker ban here. Brightwing taken out early.
Another Junkrat. I think there might be a maybe Junkrat player. I know Junkrat's meta, and he's really good on any map. But maybe this is a target ban.
Maybe, yeah. It's one of the Leeming band.
Yep.
It's one of those where it's always a consideration to ban, and then when it gets first picked, you went, I know I should have just banned that stupid guy. Like,
yeah.
Johanna banned here, so Foul is available. Yet again.
Vala is available. Do we see it?
I think
we
should see it. Yeah, I mean, she's probably the best DPS in the game, so it would be surprising not to see that.
Diablo.
But it is Diablo again.
Yeah, if I'm here, I think you just gotta rip the Vala, right?
Yep, this is Vala. It's one of those maps where you want to take the DPS early, especially with Ming already off the board. You want something that can burn really aggressively, so maybe this is like a Vala Rhaegar.
Honestly, I would like to see a Vala Andy. I see a Stukov.
And something tells me Varian is in the mix. Yeah.
Oh, Greymane.
Stukov and Greymane. So again, another tool for dealing with the Diablo. I think the Vala here maybe would have been a higher priority. I don't know. I mean, do you want to kill the tank or do you want to win the race? I mean, both work effectively well, but showing the Stukov early guarantees that this is going to be a Varian ban from Magnitude. Oh, they're just running the same comp. Okay.
Yeah, you can say. Honestly, Tyrande is pretty good on this map.
Yeah, Tyrande is nuts. And Zul'jin
get stacked and still be effective. So
yeah, no slouch there either. And this has to be a Varian ban.
Yeah, it's crazy not to be a Varian. Come on, am I right, chat?
It's Varian. What are they even thinking about? What's taking so long? I bet somebody stepped away and had to go to the bathroom because
it had to be.
No way they're not just slamming Varian ban here.
It's a new
really? Okay.
Okay. And I mean, I love a noob as much as anybody else, but
yeah. And I think PRA has not run a ton of Taunt Varian yet this season. I know we ran it a hell of a lot in Div C last season, but so maybe it's just not a ton of scouting. But I mean, this has to be Varian, right? Or maybe it's a double bluff and Magnitude wants Varian. Oh, they're not even taking it.
Hell.
Maybe it's an offlane ETC.
Blue, we just don't know what we're talking about.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
We just don't know anything.
I like to think I do, but apparently I just don't know a damn thing. They're running the same comp.
We are running the same comp.
Come on, Punk, show us the chromie. Come on, don't disappoint us.
There's no way.
I mean, I feel like...
Okay.
Oh my god. I mean, I guess...
I mean, honestly, I don't hate an ETC offlane.
ETC, I think, does relatively well with E-build in a Malthael. I think you can out-heal him.
Yeah.
You can't out-clear him, that's for sure, but Malthael can't really siege anyway, so it's like, what's the point?
Only person I could have saw maybe was something real quirky, like a... I don't know.
It could have been cool to see like a Raynor offlane, too.
Yeah.
Or even... Wait, did Vala make it through the entire... Vala made it through the whole draft.
And nobody picked.
Yeah.
Surprising.
That is very surprising. So we don't see a Varian. We don't see a Vala. We see Sonya was the bruiser there taken by Soul Shepherd, who doesn't really do great into... Well, does he do great? I don't think so. He does certainly a lot better than Blaze does.
He does. He does better than Blaze, but... Or she does better than Blaze, but...
Yeah.
Still just not... I think it's a slight nod to Malthael.
A little bit better mount synergy this time. Well, actually, it's the same mount synergy because they're all playing the same heroes. We have Magnitude with copy-paste draft. Punk on Chromie, Diet Llama again on Tyrande, Captain Roberts on Zul'jin, Wraithling on Diablo in the top lane, Amy on Malthael.
And we got Soul on the Sonya, Def with an F on the Kel'Thas, Little Barista, I'm sorry, they're all wiggling down here. Little Barista on the Stukov, Zergpern swirling in a circle on the Greymane, and Hachimitsu with the Bear Mount on the ETC.
Here comes the owl, surely to hit somebody. Yep, Zergpern, the recipient of that first owl. We already getting some poke damage in.
Alright, so neither team really has race, right? I mean, Greymane is race, Zul'jin can be race.
Zul'jin's race, yeah.
Once he's stacked.
Yeah, even then. Q build. That's a big flip there onto Zergpern, but a good Stukov puzzle is Punk, taking a lot of damage here early. I mean, so here's the thing. They ran this exact same comp last game. So PRA knows what to expect. And this is true. ETC does not, in fact, have an unstoppable. Like the Anubarak did, nor does he have spell armor. So I feel like at 13, once the net comes online, the ETC is going to have a really, really bad time. Let's take a look at our offlane matchup here, and kind of to be expected, Soul Shepherd, a little bit lower on health. Amy is just kind of stalling the wave here.
I mean, what Hachi does have, though, in the ETC, he does have the block party.
He does have block party. We can take someone who says, I will fight to my last breath online. Not quite. It is the W build. I mean, they're doing, I think, the same exact builds, too.
Yeah, they are.
Chromie coming down. Gonna start this camp. This is kind of surprising. I'd like to see PRA contest this, because I know they have to clear this wave, but you have a Stukov puddle on this camp, and they're just gonna... Yeah. They're just very content letting him do that. Oh, they don't have the Greymane. Greymane's in the top.
You don't have the Greymane.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense. 4 globes already for Steph with an F. Magnitude already getting a start on that camp. 3-manning that. Doing it in a hurry. They get to do that as this camp is needing to be cleared.
Speed metal. Okay.
There's a 4-man gank potential here from the side of Magnitude. He's going to get a couple of stacks in. Looks like they took the camp a little bit early to try to push with it. They should be doing a relatively good job of that. Although, with Soul Shepherd here in this top camp with half-health Malthael, a little bit of pressure applied there, but she's going to be able to clear that up. I assume Amy's a woman, lady. And yeah, with this bottom camp, Chromie, Zul'jin being able to do terrible, terrible damage to this bottom fort. Wall and towers. So Magnitude already with a very strong lead. And it looks like they're going to want to defend. And we have a really sketchy bush check here from Steph with an F. She's going to be the first one to go down and punished for it. Even on 4-on-5, it's now going to be a 4-on-4. Nobody quite checking that bush, and Steph with an F gets punished for it with her first death of the series. Here you see an engage onto the Sonya, but ETC going to be able to slide away.
Yeah, I think if you're PRA right now, at this point, you're just going to have to eat your loss, get as much as you can off the shield, and get ready to defend.
Yeah, and it looks like that's what they're relatively content to do. Greymane's going to sit and burn, and it's kind of what we talked about maybe with the Rainer. 4 members are going to defend here. Sonya caught into the backline, but it's a good silence from Bear, but not quite enough to keep him alive. And now look how fast the burn is here. With that Zul'jin, with Diet Llama putting that armor reduction on as well. Greymane just essentially able to tickle that objective, which is going to be going into the top lane here to push this tower. And you see the rest of Magnitude going back bottom, going to be taking out this fort. So Sonya is going to have her work cut out for her. Soul Shepherd. I mean, there's really no reason to even be here at this point. Once you see 4 of them down here, yeah, you see a ton of damage going out already.
just gotta back off as soon as you see 4. It's
yeah,
gone.
it's
And
super
I would
gone.
love to have seen PRA to counter kill and then kind of clear, but
And it looks like Magnitude is going to continue to push. They do have a little bit of a wave here. They're going to be doing some damage. Focusing that top tower, focusing that wall down. Soul Shepherd comes back and looks angrily at Captain Roberts, who does get a nice spear there. Captain Roberts does not have any mana. Hatsumichu coming around on the backside. Oh my gosh. The Chromie with the time trap. Able to save Zul'jin there. And Chromie backing. 4 people are on the bottom lane here. Again, I really like this. From PRA, having that Stukov puddle is very oppressive. And camp going to be taken relatively easily, while Amy does take the top camp there for Magnitude.
yeah, Emma's again kind of like in the driver's seat, playing patiently.
Yep.
Like, okay, you get camp, that's fine, we clear it. Because again, as soon as 10s come on, their entire focus changes. They go to kill tank.
Yep.
So
it looks like we have a gank attempt here on the Malthael. Good slide there from Hachi. Everybody a little bit too late. There's the loop, though, onto Zergpern, who gets stunned. There's the loop follow-up, and there he goes down.
And that's unfortunately the sacrifice with the Stukov as opposed to the Andy there.
Yeah. So I think if I'm in Div D West and I'm looking at this team of Magnitude and I see the same heroes played in back-to-back games, I might just ban 3 of these 5 heroes and see what else they play. Because they clearly have this down extremely well. This is a team that has played together for a long time, and it shows. So looks like PRA is going to try to burn here, but a big engage coming in from the side. And yeah, I mean, the tank's just barely almost dead already. I mean, if that stun lands Diet Llama just a little bit sooner, it's real bad. Soul Shepherd kind of caught in on an island here. He's going to go down. And they're going to try to take this consolation prize by getting a camp, but all the members of Magnitude are here. The Owl comes out. There is Loop again. Hachi caught between a rock and a hard place. He's going to fall. Zergpern going to be the next to fall. Steph with an F lives on 100 health, but the Greymane's going to fall. It's 7-1 in favor of Magnitude. I mean, it's basically over. They have to do something special again to try to get back in this, but it's PRA has a couple new members that are trying to still fill each other out. It's their first season as a team together, and they're punching up a class here against Magnitude. They don't even have 10s yet to defend. This is going to be a full objective going over the side of Magnitude. Hachi trying to be in lane to get as much XP as possible, just trying to get any bit
to get to 10s.
Yeah, to get the 10s. And you really want to see PRA kind of go for a kill here. Try to take a fight. Here comes the Owl, hitting Soul Shepherd in the head. Yeah, that might be one of the most tilting things on the planet, is getting hit by like one of those owls from across the map. It's just so tilting.
And Magnitude playing patient. Right?
Yeah, they're very, very smart. They know they want to fight past potentially. They see them all there. Now they're going to be able to step up. Wraithling intelligently in the bush on the bottom side. They know they don't have to do anything crazy here. They're literally just going to wait it out. This objective's going to go down. He's Wraithling looking for a fight. You're waiting for APOC. Now APOC is online. Zergpern getting hit a lot there. And once this fort goes down, Wraithling, you see him circling around the backside. This could be really bad for PRA. There is the engage. They try to go for the tank, but it's a really nice peel from Steph with an F, getting a stun on him. That's the first time that's missed. However, Soul Shepherd is crazy dead. Yeah. Oh! Yeah, there's last rites. Tap not going to save you this time. I haven't even seen... we haven't really taken a look at the ults here, really, from either team. We've seen a lot of them come out. But PRA just now getting them. It is going to be Flailing Swipe, Phoenix, Leap, Cursed Bullet, and Mosh Pit. So they do have the tools to be able to kill things. It's just a matter of having the talent tier and the positioning to do so.
Yeah, because, I mean, at this point, Magnitude just gets to run and roam as 5. They just have so much pressure on the map.
Yeah, they get to do anything they want. They can go take the building top, they can go do the camp, they can go look for a fight. Looks like they're going to opt for a fight. Sonya caught out here just a little bit. Captain Roberts with the net, with the loop.
Oh, the net.
Yeah, there's...
The net into the stun, into the...
I think the net is the real issue here. I mean, I don't think I've seen him miss one. And they can just... Yeah, they net one person. It's like you don't even need the loop. The loop is what's setting up the net. And with the no cleanse... with the Stukov, it's really hard to stop. They can, like we've been saying, they can just do whatever they want. Wraithling sitting in the bush there, has vision of PRA, has APOC. They're looking for something, I would assume. Maybe not. Looks like Shepard just came back. 9 kills to 1, by the way.
Yeah, it's again CM playing patient, right? They see, Shepard's back. Let's back off. Let's get our bruiser out. Objective's about to come. We get to do everything as 5, get healthy, and come back into the fight. You know,
Chromie back for mana. Obviously, PRA doesn't know that, so they're playing very safe, trying to get 13s. Can try to fight at halftime. Owl's going to spot. Well, the lane rather is going to spot Soul Shepherd rotating top, and here we go. We see a big engage on the top side. Good slide there from Hachi, but that's going to cost him his life. Caught out just a little bit too far. There's a net, and it's just too late. Lieutenant Barista with a flailing strike gets caught by the net. Yeah, no effort is made to even try to save her because there just really isn't any. PRA just stepping out a little bit too far. Magnitude intelligently being very aggressive. They're going to do this camp. I think just the shot calling is really the difference here right now. The side of Magnitude. They're just not making any mistakes, not giving an inch.
Mm-hmm. Keeping their foot on the gas, honestly. They haven't even started.
There's Steph with an F. Oh, good stun, actually. A spray there from the Diablo. Interesting. So here we see an engage. You see the time trap there. It does stop the Diablo. Or, excuse me, the Greymane. There's a leap onto the back lane, onto the Zul'jin. Leap. It's the first good fight we've seen. Unstoppable comes out. Sonya will fall first. Hatsu getting extremely low. The Tyrant is essentially just kind of running him down. And that was the closest that PRA has had to a kill yet.
Yeah, I just think...
Diablo's looking to flank. Still has APOC available. I mean, they really don't need to take this fight. They're going to be a Talenteer up. You just get objective. Wraithling positioning. Try to get a kill.
Yeah, unfortunately with that last fight, there's just too many stuns. One too many to counter, right?
Yeah.
So Diablo got left out of the mosh. And
the leap was a good effort, but at the end of the day, well, Diablo is spotted in the bush. You can't really leap a Zul'jin until after the Tazdingo's done, because he's just going to get pumped through a healing, and ultimately he's not going to die. He's just going to walk away, and then you're stuck there in a loop, in a stun, and in a bad way. This is probably game.
I think this is game. Talenteer, full health immortal.
Yeah, they can't step up in any way. The second they get stepped up, someone steps up, it's just loop, it's net, it's death.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tower's going down very quickly. Immortal's still relatively healthy, still has some of that shield. There's a loop. Able to get the leap out. Is the net coming out? Looks like net may have actually missed there for the first time this entire series, but there's an APOC combo onto the Greymane. Stukov Puddle is good, but it's not going to be enough to save him. That's most of the burn from the side of PRA. Hot's getting relatively low as well. Magnitude just kind of walking forward. Nothing to stop the Malthael yet. Most of the ultimates down. Bullet still available. I don't think I've seen an APOC yet. And there's Wraithling essentially soloing the ETC on the side there. Sonya to the next to fall. This is going to be GG as Magnitude takes a 2-0 victory over PRA.
Good games.
Good games. I mean, one was good. This wasn't much of a game.
Yeah, I think them running back the same comp and honestly having less tools to deal with what
Yeah.
their comp is just really hurt PRA.
Yeah, they had a much better draft to deal with that.
In the first game.
In the first game for sure, but after that it was just all ogre. 15-1 in kills, leading the way is Punk and damage yet again. Steph with an F with her one death.
The KDA player herself.
The KDA player. Technically, KDA is still whatever it is, because one death only equals, the one. So
yeah,
KDA was called by Dibbles. Yeah. She did everything for her team. She was top siege, she was top damage, and top XP. So Steph with an F trying to do what she can, but I think ultimately just got outclassed by a team that's been together much longer.
Do you see anything weird with the talents?
Not really particular. You don't really see a lot of Mystical Spear.
Yeah.
I know Soul Shepherd really likes it a lot and uses it to great effect, so I really haven't said anything about it yet. But other than that, I mean, the Zul'jin build with that and Snare, I think really stands out as something that's very effective. Chromie's build is normal. Speed Metal, Block Party, I mean, the ETC just... It really didn't matter what talents they picked. It's pretty much just going to be it.
One of the squishier tanks in the game. You gotta play him real
super
unique.
punishing. He's really good into Diablo. I think he's really has a place into Diablo, but when they just have so much lockdown, especially with the Chromie and not having a cleanse, can really be detrimental. Let's see here. I have a friend request. I suppose we could pull them in for an interview. Let's see. You want to go over to the NGS something or other? Let's see. Where should we go?
Lobby 1?
Yeah, that works. I'll be right there. As soon as I can find it.
All right.
Yo.
Eternally blue.
So, you guys really like that comp, huh?
Hey, it worked out.
I got a feeling you may not get some of those heroes the next time. I feel like the next time someone's going to look at this and go, you know what? I'm going to ban the Chromie this time, and probably the Zul'jin.
Yeah, Zul'jin.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Chromie, but...
Yeah, Zul'jin. The Chromie especially should get banned. But, congratulations to you guys. 2-0 victory. Pretty convincing. First game, there was a little bit more back and forth. I don't even want to talk about the second game, because it just was what it was. But we started out on Garden of Terror. You kind of had some trepidations going into the first game when Garden was mentioned. Do you guys prefer to usually macro, or are you more? I mean, you guys seem like more of a team fight type of team, but I thought you played it pretty well.
Just like quoting the lady on Dragonshire, so we said we couldn't hear the "My husband is dead" line. Garden of Terror doesn't have as cool voice lines.
Is that normally your plan? You pick the maps depending on the voice lines?
Yep.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
No, we like Garden of Terror because of the macro. We like the macro play, and it also has like super like hide behind the corner gank potential stuff that we like.
Sure. Yeah, and that definitely showed. I think game 2 especially, you guys were really aggressive and were able to catch people off guard quite a bit.
Instead of like finding where they are, but finding where they aren't. So like if we shoot the owl at bot camp, that means we're heading top. So it's pretty fun to see if we could find a gank or a fight or a brawl somehow, just like brawling.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that definitely showed. You guys, especially in team fights, seemed really strong. I think you guys are going to be very successful here. Damn near got playoffs already locked up. only halfway through the season, so looking forward to watching you guys move forward. And the only other question I have, you guys got a huge roster. How do you decide who plays at any given night, right? Because you have, 9 people on your team?
9 people. 9 people, and they all want to play. It's really hard.
Some might consider picking up one more person and taking another team.
You guys really draw straws?
Yeah, we do. No, I'm just kidding. No, we actually have a set number of teams. We have A, B, C, and D teams. So everybody has a rotation in one of those teams.
Oh, very nice.
That's how we work through that. And everybody is pretty well rounded too. So when we need somebody to flex to a healer or whatever, they can do that, or a flex to an offlane, they can do that. We try to keep a consistent tank, and that really helps.
Yeah, tank play is the one thing that's really hard to. Everybody's got a different style and a different flavor of tanks, so that can be really difficult if you're rotating people in and out constantly. So, usually the tank is a shot caller too. So, I don't know how that works for you, but yeah, great job tonight. I got nothing else for you. You got any shout outs or anything else you want to say? Floor is yours.
Thank you for the cast. It's awesome to have casts. Love to get the spotlight on the team and the crew, and also it's cool to just see you cast the game. I like to hear your guys' perspective and opinions. So, shout out to the MAG crew that tuned in.
Absolutely, there was a lot of support out there, so it's great to see everybody kind of show up. So, yeah, that's all I got. Congratulations again, and we'll see you next time.
All right, catch you later.
See ya. Well, Chris, thanks for joining me, good sir. I appreciate you coming and hanging out.
Always good time hanging out with you, Blue. Always a good time.
Absolutely. I'm going to close up shop here, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, take care.
All right. Well, congratulations again to Magnitude Aftershock 2-0 domination over the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst, who put up a fight or could not quite overcome this comp twice. So congratulations again to them, and I'm out. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming to show and all support. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.